perceive such a sensation that I would like to provide. For the first, I examine for the forward pattern and the backward pattern in a very simple prototype might do. So for the question, I asked them about how do you feel about the wave pattern for the increased wave speed in two directions, forward and backward. They said about like they feel something changed by the wave pattern, and they can feel about the interval speed. This is next is about the force intensity and how do you feel. They they say that most of them feel about the force intensity that prompt the physical, and then here I assume that I can use such a simple prototype to create such a sensation. So here is a demonstration of the interactive floor that I use, 3 active floor units and a 6 dummy floor unit. And the floor carried by the X and Y axis to appropriate with the push zone. And also I design such an isolated wave pattern that can create the speed and interval speed to prompt the people. I have 3 parameters, low, medium, and high, that are suitable for the appropriate force intensity to the push zone sensation. So for the first experiment for the elevator scenario, I use such for the first I use the screen on the front and behind to create such an elevator scene, and then I ask participants to step in the floor number 2, so that the system activated. So when the person get back to the behind or find the exit door, I judge them to be prompted by the system. So for the result, the high-speed wave pattern, more than 90% of the participants respond to the system that I designed for this scenario. And for this scenario, I prepare 2 conditions. For the first, A is the people waiting in the lineup using the device or smartphone. And also the B, people standing too close to the person behind or front. Here, for the both conditions, more than 90% they respond to the system that I designed to prompt their sensation in the context. So for the discussion, first, for the 3 examination, participants respond to the system that I designed. So the first example for the mosquito, I observed that the approach works well. The similar design matches with the context. That's why I use a mosquito that's matched to the outdoor environment, so that people respond to the design behavior respond in the context. And the second, for the elevator scene, it needs more sophisticated design such a stimulus, so that it can remind us we are occurring in a specific situation. So what I mentioned to sophisticated design, it needs to challenge to improve. Then I design for the situation, I use just for the vibration. But this might be used just for the sound or visual effects to be appropriate more. And that might make the participant may feel something more naturally. So this is one of the challenges. And also the third, for the line-up scenario, the stimulus is not mimicking a real happening, but this time I succeeded to represent the physical barrier, such for they keep maintaining to the target floor. So for the discussion for the conventional approach and the reaction. So in general, when people see such a conventional media, such as signage, some tend to ignore the caution, and some understand and willing to obey such a information they respond. And also some, while they are distracted or talking together, they not care about the stimulus. So here, for the significance of the design concept of my approach, such a stimulus would be passed if it's alone for such a stimulus that while they are distracted. So in my approach, I was when a stimulus designed well to be combined with the surrounding context. As I designed such a mosquito busting in the outdoor environment context, so that this I use the core idea to design such a stimulus that's matched to the context, so that people can respond that I expected So here I would like to expand the core idea to design the other cases using the same core idea that hope people can feel something occurring naturally. So for the advantage of the approach, so my approach not rely on the human awareness or moral, but instead is impact the desire, behavior, or people concept. And the second, I integrate smoothly in the background, presenting the simple and the ambient way of the digital function. So, for example, I show how to demonstrate the vibration system, design the context, and also the sound. I design such a sound in the specific situation so that people can come or might think about natural phenomena and that impact their design behavior. And also, if we design well for the stimulus that matches the context, it could control how a person reacts. That I would like to expand it to the other scope too. And also, the aspect needed to further improvement. For the first, you need to find a good pair for the content of stimulus. So not every stimulus that matches to the every situation, but I have to select the appropriate way to deliver the sensation to the people, such for the stimulus and sound that match together. So I have to examine the parameter. And also I have to design such an implement physically in each specific situation. So I design each parameter that match or effective to each context of the scene. And also there are the case that implementation for scalability have the issue, such for the system for the vibration now is like limited in the limited scale. So I should expand it to the broader scope of the scale of the system, so that I expect that people can move naturally. And for the discussion for the, as I mentioned, for integrate to the environment, I not only mention only embedded the system in the context, but design such an interaction become seamlessly integrated in the context. For example, in our daily life, we have some smart speaker. This can require some communication in human style to order the sound or the receive some information. So it still requires a person concise, conscious and engagement. So this is different from my policy to design such an action of the desired stimulus. And to design to make the stimulus in the environment. First, I design such a stimulus to create the experiences and also impact the response, and also to prompt the person signal changes. So here I can use such a design stimulus to create to make use to create the intervention strategy. And then first, I design such an environmental offering by considering the interrelationships between human, stimulus, and also the environment. And also, I design just an offering by using the multimodality such for the vibration, sound, and visual. So that if the design is suitable for the context, it expects my approach to effective in the scene. So to make the ambient digital function in the context, there are two major to design it. The first, to design just a function to prompt the people reaction in the context, while it doesn't require people intentional interaction to operate or command the system. And the second, to seamlessly integrate the function into the environment that consider both the physical and the people behavior. So here, I do not pursue the effective of my to create the warning or the system, but it's out of my scope. So for the contribution, I can make use of integration the digital function into the environment. The first, I can expand the design strategy as for the psychological barrier, such using the motion representation to impact the social motivation, such for using a sound or something immersed surface that impact the design. And also the fun entertaining attention, that one of the expanded point here. So for the use gamification that can arouse or prompt their attention. So this is a expanded on the core ideas to design such as stimulus and environment. So this finding result